Spectacular day on the Central Coast. Another great day to live the run. I'm your host, Rex Stevens, in studio with producer Max Woodcock. Max, it's a little empty here tonight. No co-hosts, as always, but great guests. We're dropping co-hosts like flies, Max. I don't know what's happening.
Adam, it's the sunshine, man. It's the sunshine.
The sunshine. They're enjoying, this daylight savings type of thing. No Paul. We know Paul Tarek's not. He's in the cave over at PG&E. He's been working that outage. Adam Melhuse on the road with the Chicago Cubs, but we will continue on. Great show here today. Stick with us. If you haven't followed us before, follow us along on livingtherun.com. You can find us on Facebook /Living the Run. Again, here on ESPN 1280 The Ticket every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Tonight, race director from the Slow Marathon, Samantha Pruitt, as well as Eric Fiallo from Left Lane Sports on the internet there. We're going to talk to him as well. But we're going to get going here first. I'm telling you, Max, this is a great deal with this marathon coming up. We got Slow Marathon April 7th through 9th. It is so obvious, and maybe it's just because we can see them now. It's daylight savings time. Usually I'm coming here, it's kind of dark, but I think that really what's happening is that energy's out there. I cannot tell you how many people I saw running up Johnson, and most people want to avoid Johnson that hill a little bit. Not anymore. Slow Marathon in their sights. It's on the calendar. People cranking up. Saw a woman pushing a stroller, double stroller with twins in there, right in the middle of the hill. She was trekking. It's good stuff out there. And I'm telling you, I actually saw a guy running down Johnson, coming the other way, barefoot, Max, and this is not the $100 rubber 5-finger toe thing. He's not messing with that stuff. We're talking naked feet. This guy is out there. We're not talking naked running. We're talking naked feet. People don't get any ideas. It's not a pretty sight, but it's this guy was out there and he had a great stride, cranking down Johnson. He's ready to go. I almost wanted to make a U-turn if I had time, pull around and ask him if he was going to do Slow Marathon just like that. Good stuff. I think we're going to have a guest actually next week or in the following week. He's going to try to hit the world record, Guinness Book of World Records for this marathon, being the guy who carries a solar panel the longest in a race. Apparently, they come up with anything now, Max.
Yeah, I was just gonna say people are taking it a little too far now.
Hey, this is a good story. He's gonna take a solar panel. I think he works for Rex Solar here locally. Put it in his backpack and take off and run this marathon. He's gonna be apparently the first guy documented, at least, to put a solar panel in a backpack and run 26.2 miles.
I mean, is it connected to anything? Is it charging, powering anything, or is he just putting a solar panel in the backpack?
It's a great question. I mean, what's the science on that? Are we creating energy? I mean, obviously not. It's getting blocked by that backpack, but maybe he could find a way to open that thing up. Sun reflects off. Who knows? At what point he's going to give a little energy to those houses that he squirms by there. Maybe heat a pool or two. Kind of interesting stuff. People will come up with anything, but it made me think back. When Paul Tarek does actually make it in here and. Maybe again one of these days, I actually texted Paul. I said, Paul, you're going to be able to make it back, sometime soon. Which Wednesday? He says, yeah, it's going to be at least 3 weeks until I get back in there. I might be able to make it by the 20th. I looked down at the date. The 20th is next week.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Paul is in a cave somewhere. He has no idea what the date is. He has no idea what
Saturday at 2 p.m. for him right now.
Yeah, Paul's not living the run by any stretch. Hey, another race coming up, 2 weeks, March Triathlon Series out at Lake Lopez. Great triathlon. We've talked about this before. Kind of mimics the Scott Tinley one in September. But this is a great race. Definitely a different feel out there. Put on by the Tri Club over there at Cal Poly. These guys put on a spectacular race. And we'll learn a little bit more about some equipment you can get if you're still short on some of that coming into that race. Definitely some equipment we can look at with Eric later in the show as well to get you all geared up for this slow marathon, half marathon, etc. And again, if you haven't signed up or you're still not sure, not to worry. Come out as a guest. Come out and support those that are out there. It's going to be a great party. It ends at Madonna. There's going to be a big tent out there with a lot of cool stuff going on. But just get along the raceway somewhere. Find out where the track is. Get on to slowmarathon.com. and support those that are doing it. It's probably the most understated thing going on out there is that we always think about the racers, but the reality is the racers do better when there's more support. You hear the professional athletes talk about that all the time. I think I heard Jonathan Taves maybe on ESPN just the other day talking about the hockey lockout and all that kind of thing. And the reality is that there's no hockey if there's no fans. And the same thing kind of goes, there's no races, really, if there aren't fans out there. We need the fans out there to support the racers, to encourage the racers, to motivate the racers, and not just when they finish, not just when they start, but along the course. So, if you missed last year's, you missed out, but you got another chance this year, and you got a chance years to come, but participate this year. It'll make you want to participate in the years to come. Super, super motivating stuff. So, again, April 7th through 9th, good stuff. Hey, we're going to check in next week, too, Max. Remember the Marathon Goddess? We had the Marathon Goddess in here. Talk about a girl who's living the run. Dad died of pancreatic cancer. She said, I'm going to run 52 marathons in 52 weeks, one a week, all across the country. It's week 52 this week.
Way.
Big time stuff. We're going to check in with the Marathon Goddess next week. Just talk about that journey. If you haven't checked out what she's doing, she's been on CNN. She's been all over the place. MarathonGoddess.com. You can still contribute. All contributions going directly to pancreatic cancer research. But cool lady, cool story. She was great energy. When she came in here, you remember the phrase that she used to use when she was in here?
No, I don't, but I do remember her face very well.
Yeah, her face was great. She puts the arms in the air. It's kind of become a signature deal, the way she crosses that finish line. Inspiring stuff, and she always says, "You got this." And it's a good thing. It's a way to tackle some of these issues. And I was thinking about this quote that we heard just the other day. It says, a hard fall equals a high bounce if you're made of the right material.
That's true.
Good stuff, huh? And definitely in her case, it was a rough deal. It sounded like that story, losing her father, and all those people that we know who've battled those chronic diseases, those ailments, whether it's cancer or not. And, just to have her inspiring so many folks, good stuff. MarathonGoddess.com. We're going to have Virginia here in just a couple moments. Virginia of Vert Foods. We were talking last week, and Max, we're kind of bummed this week. No Virginia with no
slacking,
food.
Clearly.
Yeah, she's slacking. But we got bumped last week, Max, and I don't know how this happened. I thought our show was solid. I thought our show went no matter what, but it seems as though we're not one of those rain or shine groups anymore. We got bumped last week. She prepared these kind of drinks, but I still think the drinks that she made last week, I got to taste them. You didn't. Hey, it is what it is. They didn't save for a week. They were fresh at the time. They wouldn't be fresh now. You wouldn't want to taste them today. But the reality is we're talking about, we did electrolyte drinks with Virginia before, homemade electrolyte drinks. This time it was, how do you replenish yourself post-race, post-endurance race? This is a big thing for our slow marathoners and our triathloners coming up in the March series. So, hey, Virginia, we missed you last week. Max is kind of bummed that we had no drinks in studio this week, but I know you'll make up for it next week. We'll have something real good. But, hey, let's talk a little bit about those ingredients, the importance of being able to have something that refuels you post-long workout, especially an endurance workout, and what are you using to do that?
Absolutely. Well, I was basically spurred to make you guys something after the conversation about aging and being really sore after a CrossFit workout and all those conversations that was making me a little nervous about you guys.
Hey, you are. That was just Adam, by the way. That was all Mel Hughes. He's aging. He's looking old. The hair's starting to go on him. It just it is. But we'll relay this to him. We'll have him check it out on the podcast. We'll get him on the podcast. Yeah.
So while I'd love to be a proponent of eating whole foods and real foods, and I think it's probably one of the best ways for people to get their nutrients, at times as an athlete, you just need something pretty quick, something to refuel you to help reduce some of the inflammation. So the ingredient that I like to focus on in one of the drinks that I made for you, which you got to enjoy but not Max, was what we call a smart spice, and it's turmeric, which is a member of the ginger family, and most commonly known in curries. So it's a very sweet, almost spicy flavor that is sort of that secret ingredient in Asian cooking. This is such a great spice, and I cannot emphasize enough to keep some in your kitchen and just use it. Put it on squash, put it in butter if you need to. these spices have amazing anti-inflammatory qualities. So what I suggest to my athletes, especially after a hard workout, doing an intense run, lifting a lot of weight, to prevent yourself from getting that lactic acid buildup and that pain that they feel in their joints potentially, is take a little bit of coconut milk and heat it up or have it cold and mix the spice in there with some honey. Your body will absorb it fairly quickly, and it will actually help to reduce any of the inflammation. This is probably one of the biggest Ayurvedic tricks to not using anti-inflammatory drugs, commonly used throughout the world and just becoming popular here in the States. And what did you think of the drink?
Hey, the drink was phenomenal, and I thought that the we're talking more about a recovery drink, and oftentimes, recovery drink, people finish their workout. I think they're definitely going to like it cold, but what a huge tip by you to use it just as a fun drink in the evening time as a warm drink. Great thing, relaxation, and again, anti-inflammatory. Mix that in with maybe a magnesium salts bath, and some of this dead soreness 24 hours and 48 hours later that people are enduring, where they just feel like they can't move, doesn't have to be, and that's a nice contribution. Great drink. That was a great one, Virginia. Tell me about the green one. The green one was phenomenal too.
The green machine. That one was an coconut milk base. Again, you can use, if you're not, you don't have a lactose intolerance, you can use, I usually suggest raw milk, but it's up to each person. I go with coconut milk because it is a heart-healthy choice as far as the omega-3s. That was the base of the drink. And then the green part of the drink was two things. It was an avocado, and it was spirulina. So both those combined are going to add those, again, anti-inflammatory fats, as well as the nutrients and the magnesium that you need to calm down any of those aches and pains that you get when you might have overlifted or done your workout a little dehydrated. Again, reminding yourself that you should be able to lift your arms and type at work, no matter how many tricep exercises you did. If you can't lift your arms up, it's not always a good thing. So try to combat it with some whole nutrient-dense foods. And then I did add raw cinnamon to that drink. I like to do that to help with the metabolic response. When you add the cinnamon, it really sort of allows your body to utilize those nutrients that are in the spirulina and in the honey. So,
no question. Those are great drinks. You'll put those up online for us. I can't remember if we got them up already, but put those up online. And, I think one thing that I kind of experimented with myself on it, people oftentimes, they'll make these drinks and they go, this was no good. And it's because they didn't know how to create the formula. And it takes some adaptation along the way. I noticed that there was different thickness between the two. And certainly, if you want to thin it down, use a little bit more water, a little less the coconut milk.
There's nothing wrong with adding water throughout the day.
No question.
To that same drink. Yeah,
no question.
Hydrate yourself that way.
Yeah, it's brilliant stuff. Love that, and I got to kind of give you a jab here. I like the commentary on the heart healthy. It's kind of hilarious that the heart healthy that you're talking about is actually basic physiology, but it's so funny when you go down. I mean, you can go down the grocery store aisle now at Vons, and look at Fruit Loops, whatever down that aisle, and it all says heart healthy. How do they get away with that?
I don't know, and I have to tell you that I actually got into an amazing Facebook war between some people and the whole, coconut phenomenon, and just amazing amounts of research out there talking exactly what you're talking about, how our body actually uses the fats to create a better system and to be without pain and to actually have a lack of inflammation in our organ systems. And it doesn't matter how much research Scientific America just published an article. People still want to argue that fats, specifically coconut oil, is so bad for you. It'll make your cholesterol rise. And, I have these arguments and I'm like, well, you'll eat Fruit Loops, which is filled with toxins and chemicals and sugars and lots of things that are bad for you, but you won't have coconut oil.
It's got the heart healthy stamp on it. Unbelievable.
FDA
it is unbelievable.
approved.
And I just want to let
FDA approved, yeah.
And I just want to let listeners know that next week I'm doing another cooking class at the culinary school. We are doing a full meal plan for the standard process cleanse. So I'm teaching people how to approach the cleanse and how to cook food.
Hey, perfect stuff. We'll put that on the website as well for all those listeners that want to make those changes. Thanks so much as always, Virginia.
Of course. Have a good night.
Awesome. Hey, yeah, it's good stuff. And it's a total another topic, and we need to take a break here. But hilarious. I always talk about the three demonized things here in the United States. We demonized eggs, we demonized avocados, and we demonized coconuts. What a joke. It's just absolutely.
There's so many things out there that are so much worse
Those things are great for you, proven to be great. Great book called The Cholesterol Myth, written a long time ago, and on some of that nonsense. But hey, stick with us. We got Samantha Pruitt, slow marathon race director, coming in talking second year of this slow marathon, as well as Eric Fiallo, Left Lane Sports, after the break. Stay with us.
You're listening to Living the Run on ESPN Radio 1280 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Paul Tarek from Living the Run here. As a former Olympian, there is only one place myself and fellow athletes go when it comes to chiropractic care on the Central Coast. With 4 chiropractors in the clinic, Slow Wellness Center is the largest, most comprehensive group of docs in San Luis Obispo County. I began seeing Dr. Rex Stevens back in 2005 for spinal adjustments to help maximize my performance, minimize my injury, and allow me to compete at my best. When the difference between a win and a loss can be just a fraction of an inch, perfect alignment in all joints is essential. One of the great things about the team at Slow Wellness is no matter where I had an issue, whether it was my spine, my foot, knee, wrist, or shoulder, they were always able to help. This team, made up of Dr. Rex and Molly Stevens, Dr. Sachs, and Dr. Bandolo, is sure to help you reach your health and fitness goals too. If it's chiropractic care you need, go where I go, Slow Wellness Center. Check them out at slowwellness.com or call 543-8688.
My name is Chris Randolph, and as a local track and field Olympic hopeful, I've been seeing Brian Quigley at Slow Wellness Center to help me with injury recovery during my season. Brian has not only helped me with some very extensive injuries, but has also educated me on the specifics of how my body moves when I compete. His knowledge and touch has helped me achieve personal bests in my competition and has also helped me in injury prevention. Becoming a wellness patient of his has helped me stop my injuries before they start, making time spent recovering shorter, leaving more time spent training for my goals. From injury prevention to wellness, Brian understands the patient and holistically helps them achieve their personal health-related goals. So check out Brian Quigley at peakperformanceslo.com and find him on Facebook and comment a response to this ad and get a complimentary 60-minute massage.
We're back with Living the Run.
I just found a blunder I've been making, Max, for the last several weeks. I've been saying April 7th to 9th. Don't come out on the 8th or the 9th for this race. You will have missed it. April 5th through 7th, slow marathon. April 5th through 7th. The 5th is a Friday. 6th is a Saturday. 7th is actual marathon and the half marathon.
That's right. Fortunate
to be in studio again with Samantha Pruitt, fan of Living the Run, supporter of Living the Run for a long time, been in here a bunch of times, race director for Slow Marathon. Samantha, thanks for coming back.
Indeed. Thanks for having me.
Hey, so second go-round on this thing. Last year, first year, obviously the excitement with that. Now you've had an entire year, to have looked at how year one went.
Right.
Coming into year two, now we're just a few weeks away. We talked about it the time before the last time. I remember having this interview and this discussion. We talked about the Boston Marathon, the guy that runs that whole thing saying actually his most relaxed day is the day of the marathon, but these few weeks before it runs ragged. Are you running ragged?
I'm running ragged. Well, I'm the race director, so I'd say even the day of, I'm still running ragged, of course. Yeah, you don't sleep, and, it's 24/7. We have a lot of people out there, right? So we're looking at about 5,000 athletes this year.
Compared to last year, what was last year's?
3,000.
3,000. So, okay, big difference.
Right.
Almost double.
Right. We've got about 800 volunteers. Fantastic. And this is a 3-day event, so there's a multitude of things going on over a 3-day period. It's not just pull the trigger on a race and call it good. There's a lot more activity going on over the course of the weekend. So very busy.
As race director, what are you anticipating this year for this race, or what are your hopes for this year's race as compared to last year's race?
I'd say everything's coming right on task. Basically what we've planned for, which is strategizing the growth of this race and really providing an exceptional experience for the athletes that come to the event. So, we're doing everything we need to do, and everything's lined up. We're ready to pull the trigger, and we've got some great new sponsors this year. So I think that's going to really improve the race experience for the athletes. And then, of course, Dean Karnassus is coming to run the race. We have some other celebrity runners, a few elite runners coming, and Cal Poly's president running our race, and a lot of really interesting people coming into the play, a lot of really competitive runners. So there's going to be a bit of a gun show out there this year, and that's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, talk about that difference. Last year, I don't know how competitive it was. I mean, we didn't lure in as many outside runners? When you talk about becoming more competitive, does that mean we're bringing in more people that don't live in SLO to run this race?
We always bring in about 65% of our runners are from out of area within the state of California and from out of state and even international athletes. But we're definitely on the radar on a national level now, and even on an international level more so. And so getting that recognition and accolades from various groups has really proved to bring a level of awareness. And then competitive athletes, elite athletes, they talk to each other. So they know what's going on at different race venues, and they're all looking for a challenging race that they can win, because it really, on a course like ours, it really proves yourself. I mean, you're quite a runner if you can win that race. It's not an easy marathon.
You're probably aware of this, but when you start to talk, and again, we're talking to Samantha Pruitt, race director of SLO Marathon, April 5th through 7th. You're probably aware of this, but when we talk SLO Marathon and you talk to anybody about it, the first thing everybody does almost is they pause and they go, that course is gnarly.
The hills. Yeah, we're not Flatlanders here.
Not Flatlanders. And the other thing is no PR on this one. I'm not going to PR in this race,
Well, your deal is to PR from year to year, so you get better every year. You keep coming back out. You put a little more time with your training, a little more effort into your commitment to the race, and you only go up against yourself. Really, that's what it boils down to.
Totally, that's how I look at it too. Any changes in the course this year?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so half marathon's the same, marathon the same,
yes.
and it's a 5K on
we have a 5K
Saturday.
Actually, 2 5Ks, believe it or not. We have a competitive 5K where we're going to place age group awards, and then we have a family 5K where we're having, joggers and just chill people out there, families and all that. So we have 2 5Ks, and we have a kids quarter-mile dash.
Fun stuff. What's the deal? For those of you that don't know, Dean Karnazes coming to this race. Dean, to me, the biggest name in running when you start to talk about long-distance endurance running, ultramarathon man, if you will. What's the status with Dean on that race? What actually is going to be happening? Seems to be mixed messages out there as to, so many people come in. You think Dean's going to win? Dean's not here to win. Dean's training for Badwater.
That's right.
He wants to try to win that. But what's the role of Dean? How can people kind of get in and meet him, get any of his books, listen to him talk, get inspired?
Yeah, you bet. They need to come to the expo. So if you look at our schedule on the website, or if you're an athlete, you're going to get mailed out all of this information in an email a couple weeks from now. But Dean will be at the expo speaking on Saturday, as well as another whole slew, a lineup of people will be on stage speaking. So Dean will be included in that mix. I believe he goes on at 3 o'clock. And then after that, he'll do book signing, meet and greet, photographs, that kind of stuff. He's going to another few events that we have scheduled over the weekend, a VIP event, a team in training, leukemia, lymphoma event. And then, of course, he'll run the marathon on race day. No, he's not looking to win the marathon. He's there to run with the people. So if you want to run with Dean, he's going to be fully accessible for 26 miles. So, find him and tag in there. And then after that, he'll be at the award ceremony. But he'll also be starting the kids' fun run and the 5K race on Saturday. So he's going to be really hanging out most of the weekend with us and be part of everything we have to offer. He's really, really excited about this. And he's Cal Poly alumni. He's hanging out with his people.
I'm trying to get Dean to hit up Jaffa Cafe with me.
Good luck with that.
The old Greek deal, he's...
his parents are here.
Oh, they
for the
are?
Race. Yeah, they're actually going to be volunteering at the race, believe it or not, his folks.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
How about you take them out? They probably love that.
Yeah, I'll take them. We talked last time Dean was on the show. We were talking, a little baklava, and a little gyro, we would kind of messy. He'd never been to Jaffa. So it's time to bring that guy down.
I love it.
Yeah,
plug.
Pesto burrito for me today. Yeah. It's every Wednesday. Yeah, so good. Hey, so I know you're excited about you bringing a huge name like Dean. You're also super excited about this guy sitting next to me in studio as well. Eric Fiallo, Left Lane Sports. How'd you land a big name like this in the world of sports marketing, essentially getting out gear to people? These guys have a ton of customers. They're doing big things. That's a big landing for SLO Marathon.
It is. A critical part of the success of this race, a nationally ranked marathon, is that we have national sponsors, not just local sponsors. We love all our sponsors. Don't get me wrong, but we need some pretty significant sponsors to come to the table and help support us. So we signed a 4-year contract with leftlanesports.com, and we're very excited about it. And Eric's here. He can tell you a little bit more about how that company works and how they make offerings to our athletes and athletes all over the world for that matter.
Yeah.
But they're going to be at our event too, and they're going to be in the merchandising tent. So there's a lot of opportunities here for our athletes to experience Left Lane.
Hey, awesome. And what we want is actually Eric. Hey, thanks for joining us, Eric Fiallo, Left Lane Sports. What we want Eric to experience is we got to have to bring him back on a different time of year. We need him to experience Paul Tarek.
Yeah.
That's really what, when we talk living the run, to have a real experience here, we got to get Paul Tarek. Eric, tell us a little bit about Left Lane Sports, what's happening there, and how, both this March Triathlon Series coming up in 2 weeks, but also slow marathon participants can participate in getting good stuff from you guys.
Yeah, definitely. So Left Lane Sports started right here in San Luis Obispo about 3 years ago. And our whole concept is a flash sale website. So we're a members-only website. You get to join and have access to incredible brands. We partner with over 500 different brands, everybody from ASICS, New Balance, Saucony, all the big brands out there, and are able to offer these incredible sales for a limited time, usually about 5 to 7 days, and huge discounts, 50 to 70% off retail. So you come to the site, get access to these great brands, and really are able to access prices that nobody else in the marketplace has because of the exclusive relationships that we've put together.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I wear a certain pair of shoes, right?
Yeah.
Say, these people, what do we see out there? What's the most popular one?
ASICS.
ASICS. Okay, ASICS, number one. And your model. You tell me that you can get the top models 50 to 70% off?
Yeah, so we work directly with the brands, and we don't act as if we were Amazon. So Amazon, for example, will stock thousands of different products, and you can search, and you have to know exactly what you want. What we try to do is curate a sale. So we go to the brand and find the best products that they have for our membership that we know what our members want. And we're able to get incredible deals because the brands can move this product and inventory quickly and quietly. So we can blow it out 50 to 70% off retail, short period of time, and our members get all the benefit from it.
Genius stuff. So now you talked about a membership of some kind. Mm-hmm. Explain that whole thing, because I know people almost anymore, they start to get concerned about memberships, right? Everybody wants a membership. Everybody wants your email. Everybody wants everything. Talk about that whole process and why it shouldn't be a concern and how they benefit from it.
Yeah, definitely. Membership is completely free. You'll never get charged for anything. All you need is your name and email address to join. And basically what it allows us to do is keep the site private. The brands are worried about having their products at prices this low. No other retailers are allowed to go this low for that specific reason. But being a private site, we can block Google searches, we can block Amazon, we can block all these other third parties from getting these prices and seeing the prices and putting them out there and hurting the brand's other retailers. So this also allows our customers to have more of a personal interaction with the site. We can tailor the experience to the member. They can choose what sales they want to receive in their email, or if they don't want to receive any sales at all. So it's really up to the member. It's not intrusive in any way. They can turn off emails. They can turn off anything at any time.
Talking to Eric Fiallo of Left Lane Sports, when we talk Living the Run, we say we got a pretty diverse audience. It's not all runners. We're kind of focusing that way with Slow Marathon coming up. We got March Triathlon Series, etc. But it doesn't look like your apparel either is geared at all runners. Looks like you guys got a ton of other stuff, from skiing, outdoors, camping, all this different stuff. Talk about a little bit about the diversity of your product. It's not just about running shoes.
Yeah, we focus on three main areas. We focus on endurance, so everything from running, cycling, triathlon, swimming, to outdoor, so camping, climbing, hiking, trail running, to action sports, so skate, surf, snow, motocross, snowboarding. Really everything for the active outdoor enthusiast.
And these are all new products, right? This is
it's not second-rate products, all first-rate products we get directly from the brand, no third parties, and it really just helps the brand move inventory and helps the customer get an awesome deal.
Yeah, so when you're talking about things being on for 5 to 7 days, mm-hmm. I mean, is it something that then you have to kind of almost be checking daily? I mean, is it like you got to go to Left Lane daily, or is it one of those things that you can kind of plug in and say, hey, I'm an ASICS guy, I'm a Marmot guy, and the camping, equipment, whatever it is. I mean, you pick your deal, and you can kind of customize emails to come to you based on when things are coming up in the sales?
Yeah, definitely. So you can come to the site, and there's always something new to see. We have 4 new sales every single day, so there's always new brands, always new products, always great discounts. At the same time, if you're looking for something specific, we also have a footwear, apparel, a gear shop. So say you're an ASICS guy, you're looking for that pair of shoes, you can just go into our footwear shop, click on running footwear, select your size, and you'll get all the different running shoes that are specific to you.
Why Slow Marathon? Why is Left Lane jump on a Slow Marathon? And I like the 4-year contract. You know, it's in this world, you know, Max, we listen to ESPN radio all the time. It's like no one wants to sign the long-term deal anymore. You know, everybody's scared, everybody's panicked. You just see this kind of like constant fluctuation. 4-year deal, that's a good deal. You must see something great behind this. I know we see something great behind it, but talk about your association with these guys.
Yeah, definitely. So being a member of the community, we've, over the past 3 years, grown to become one of the fastest growing websites in the United States. We have over 3 million members now, and we've been able to grow that way partially because of the community that we're in. And we found that the Slow Marathon would be a great way for us to give back to the community, connect with the community, and really get out there on race day and talk to people, get to know our members. And part of one of the things we do on the website as well is if you place an order, when you punch in your zip code, local zip code, you can actually come and pick up your order at our warehouse, save on shipping, and be right there with us and sort of get to meet us face-to-face. And we felt that this was sort of an extension of that, getting face-to-face with athletes in the community, over 5,000 athletes that are going to be at the race, and really connect with them, their families, and just be a part of the community.
Yeah, again, Eric Fiallo of Left Lane Sports. You can find these guys at leftlanesports.com. And we can find you set up at the tent, right, at Madonna at the end of the race on Sunday. You guys are there for the whole weekend?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So tell us about what's going to be offered there, what you guys are trying to do, and as people can come in and meet you and find out more about Left Lane.
Yeah, we're going to have a huge merchandise tent there. We're going to have a bunch of our vendors. We're going to have New Balance out there. We're going to have Pro Compression socks. We're going to have everything, ASICS, Saucony. Big discounts on some of the products that we have there, 50 to 70% off, and the brands are also bringing some of their newest, latest, and greatest product and also giving some discounts on that as well.
Hey, look for that guy that I was talking about when you leave here today, that guy that didn't have any shoes. Just kind of running down there. I mean, that's a perfect guy to buy something from Left Lane Sports. Maybe he's listening. You know, maybe he's
he might be one of the barefoot runners.
Yeah.
Samantha, talk just at the end here. Again, Samantha Pruitt, race director, Slow Marathon. Just talk about that whole kind of party you guys are trying to set up there at the end of the race and trying to get people out there. And it's more than just the race, but you do have the whole weekend. But that Sunday thing was pretty fun. And talk about what you got going there after the race finishes.
Right. So Friday noon to 5 at the Expo. The Expo, by the way, is taking place at the finish line, which is at the Madonna Inn in Madonna Meadows, right in front of the hotel there in the open space. Huge, giant circus tent being set up with vendors, Left Lane Sports in there running the merchandise tent. Lots of good food, beer and wine, a full stage with live music. We have speakers on stage Saturday. We have entertainment for the kids going on. So Saturday is going to be the 5K and Kids Fun Run, and then the speakers on stage, so on and so forth. And then Sunday, the half and full. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Go to the website, slowmarathon.com, click on schedule. You'll see it's all there.
Yeah, and don't listen to me, because if you go to this slowmarathon.com, you'll find out that it's April 5th through 7th, not the 7th
That's
through
right.
9th.
You have officially missed the start of the race and the finish.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what I was trying to do, subconsciously. That, oh, shoot,
You're in
I missed
denial.
that. Don't have to go hard. No big deal. Hey, shout out to one of your guys running the race. It sounds like he's got a chance to win it.
Yeah, Joe Thorne, one of our newest employees. He's a 4-minute miler, Ironman triathlete, and he's looking to win the race out there. So come cheer him on, and we'll be there too.
Hey, I know you're cheering there. I'm going to get in the corner of Van McCarty, friend of Living the Run, been in here before, last year's winner. So we got a little back and forth there. Samantha, last thoughts.
Look in the Tribune, too. If you're local, we have a full program being run in the Tribune newspaper the Sunday before.
Awesome stuff, guys. Again, Samantha Pruitt, race director, Slow Marathon, happening April 5th through 7th. Come out, whether you're racing or not. Support that race.
Volunteers, we need you.
Volunteers, we need you. Eric Fiallo, Left Lane Sports, thanks so much for coming in. And we will get you in again. We'll talk product with Paul Tarek. It's
awesome.
Just nothing like being in studio with Paul Tarek. Again, thanks, guys. Look forward to that weekend here in just a few weeks.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, awesome stuff. When we return, Ryan Ferran. Come on, how'd I get Ryan Ferran? We haven't talked to Ryan Ferran forever. Ryan Joyner, Athlon Elite coming in. He's got a couple good tips for us, talking about 3 main exercises. If we could all do them, we'll all walk away stronger and more stable. So Ryan Joyner, next.
You're listening to Living the Run on ESPN Radio 1280 The Ticket.
Puma Aquatics team offers year-round swim programming for novice, recreational, and competitive swimmers. For 16 years, Puma has developed some of the fastest swimmers on the Central Coast, as well as the nation. Puma has 3 convenient locations to choose from, providing programming for all of San Luis Obispo County. Puma offers swim assessments for new swimmers on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the SLO Kennedy Club, Atascadero Kennedy Club, and Arroyo Grande High School. For more information about Puma Aquatics, check out pumaswim.org. Join the Puma Pride and challenge yourself to reach new levels in your swimming. Puma Aquatics, where pride, passion, and persistence pay off.
Tired of taking supplements when you have no idea if they're working or not? Frustrated by not feeling or seeing measurable results with your vitamins? Looking for a new job or a little extra spending money? Do you know anyone with headaches, chronic pain, inflammation, autoimmune disease, or any other malady they just can't shake? Come learn about a breakthrough product that is scientifically supported, plant-based, and is used daily all over the world to combat age-related disease. Learn how this product is the only one of its kind on the publicly traded market to address the fundamental causes of accelerated aging, otherwise known as oxidative stress. If you want to learn how to reduce inflammation, save money by eliminating 90% of your supplement regime, and provide residual income for your family, call 805-234-7816. No gimmicks, just hardcore science on free radicals, antioxidants, and oxidative stress finally being revealed accurately and honestly. Call today to find out more. That's 805-234-7816.
Hey guys, Paul Tarek from Living the Run here. As a former Olympian, there is only one place myself and fellow athletes go when it comes to chiropractic care on the Central Coast. With 4 chiropractors in the clinic, SLO Wellness Center is the largest, most comprehensive group of docs in San Luis Obispo County. I began seeing Dr. Rex Stevens back in 2005 for spinal adjustments to help maximize my performance, minimize my injury, and allow me to compete at my best. When the difference between a win and a loss can be just a fraction of an inch, perfect alignment in all joints is essential. One of the great things about the team at SLO Wellness is no matter where I had an issue, whether it was my spine, my foot, knee, wrist, or shoulder, they were always able to help. This team, made up of Dr. Rex and Molly Stevens, Dr. Sachs, and Dr. Bandolo, is sure to help you reach your health and fitness goals too. If it's chiropractic care you need, go where I go, SLO Wellness Center. Check them out at slowwellness.com or call 543-8688.
We're back with Living the Run.
Welcome back to Living the Run. Good stuff there, Max. Samantha Pruitt, race director, SLO Marathon. Good stuff. Eric Fiallo, Left Lane Sports, and you take a look at this website, I'm telling you, you don't have to spend much time to figure out you can get some pretty smoking deals on this thing. It's pretty rare you see stuff 50 to 70% off. We're kind of used to getting those 10% off coupons. Maybe you get a 20%er. But anytime you see something like 50 to 70%, my mind automatically goes to I'm getting junk.
Yeah, or what truck did that just fall off of?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's either scratch and dent. It's used, it's recycled, or it's junk. But here it is, top brands, the stuff that all you Living the Run listeners use in your health and fitness tracks. Again, whether you're going out camping, whether you're going hike Madonna, whether you're going on a run, even, gear here. You see a pocket knife here right off the front, different tools even. Good stuff by these guys. And they've just got something going, apparently, in the world of e-commerce that's changing the way we buy things, and good stuff. So go to leftlanesports.com for all your gear, especially you last-minuters coming into this March Triathlon Series as well as the Marathon Series. I was kind of cracking up, Max, as I'm thinking about putting the wrong dates out there. April 5th to 7th is that SLO Marathon. I heard Colin Cowherd doing it the other day. He talked about, hey, sometimes you have bad segments.
The truth.
Sometimes you just don't say things right.
Not on Living the Run, though.
We rarely do it on Living the Run. Usually we blame it on Adam Melhuse, Paul Tarek, but they're not here today. So
So it's a good show.
Yeah, so generally we just assume it's a great show. But stuff kind of slips through the cracks there. It's unbelievable now with this light outside. It's incredible for us to look out there see the sunshine. And, we've been so used to going home after this. It's dark and it's brilliant stuff. And I'm telling you, things are starting to bloom. I'll tell you, what was blooming was the pole vaulters over there at Cal Poly today. Cal Poly, I don't know. I mean, it's almost like it's becoming a pole vaulting school. I go over there, Rando and I go and run on Wednesdays at the track, and it seems as though there's just a litany of pole vaulters. Is there anybody else on the track team over there? They just got 20 different pole vaulters out there on a Wednesday afternoon, and they were enjoying the sun. It was good stuff. The track was kind of fun. The workout wasn't as fun, but the track is kind of fun. Again, anytime you're running with a decathlete, former decathlete, it's not as fun for me, but
it makes you feel really bad about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, his effortless stride going significantly faster than mine. I think it sums it up. Chris's Rando's coach Jack Hoyt, that he's down at UCLA now coaching the multis down there. But one time I was running with Rando, and he says, why is Rex running like he's holding a football? What he was saying is I'm running so darn stiff that I look like I'm getting ready to get hit going through the middle of the line. He's like, get him to loosen up the upper body. I've changed a bit. That was only a couple years ago, always working on some of those techniques and forms. But the reality is that the guys at the very, very top elite level are so smooth. They're so pure. And, just kind of so fun to watch. I was thinking about, I think we should have Ryan Joyner coming in here pretty soon. But I was thinking about fear the other day. A lot of these events that people get into, and we talk about health and fitness all the time here on Living the Run. We talk about trying to change the way you cook, trying to change the way maybe you approach exercise. You just mentioned meditation. Some of these things actually provide a little bit of fear for us, right? Where we get actually a little bit stressed. We go, God, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, can I really meditate for 20 minutes or 30 minutes? Or, I haven't run before, or I haven't hiked Madonna. Peak looks a little bit high. Or, geez, that stuff Virginia's talking about. I've never used turmeric. What do you mean turmeric and coconut milk? But, you start to think about fear a little bit, and fear is paralyzing, and it can be extremely paralyzing. It can keep us from getting to the points that we want to get in our health and fitness. I saw a woman today, great lady, very active, good golfer, in her 60s, and looking at x-rays with her and seeing some spine that just doesn't look that good. And it kind of promotes a little bit of fear. And you look at it and you go, geez, am I going to be okay? And if you can come at it and go, you know what, you are going to be okay. That's just some wear and tear. Your body is still actually got the openings it's supposed to. You still have viability. You've still got good blood flow. You have the ability to get flexibility. Let's just change some of what we're doing to maximize what we have at this time. It changes the mental attitude, and it changes it from an attitude of fear to one of forwardness, positive thinking, and actually taking those strides forward. It's a big deal. My son, it was a great example of this. We just started roller hockey, Max, and he, it's kind of funny. I asked my son, I said, Kellen, do you want to play roller hockey? Do you want to play t-ball? Or do you want to play this futsal, which is like indoor soccer? He kind of stops and he goes, Dad, I'd like to play football. And I go, not one of the choices, bud.
Not one of the three, son.
Yeah. Let me say that again. Hockey, futsal, or do you want to play t-ball? And he goes, kind of stops again. He goes, I think I'll play hockey and football. I said, well, okay, we're going to start with the hockey. So we got him in the skates, and of course the kid can't skate. He's never been in skates before. But my wife said it was just a really brilliant thing to watch, and she owned up to it herself. She said, I never would have done this as a kid. But he's out there with a bunch of first-timers, and in the roller hockey world, there's not as many. You go to t-ball, there's 8 million 5-year-olds. You go to roller hockey, there's 2. And then there's a bunch of 8, 9, 10, 12-year-olds who've never skated, never played hockey before. So here's this 5-year-old getting out there with 12-year-olds that haven't skated, and she says he just got right in the mix. And it's as if he didn't know that he couldn't skate. He didn't know that those kids were bigger and stronger. And sometimes what we don't know is really a great thing, because now we're not fearful. And he just gets in the mix, and, he goes for it. No problems. He comes back to my wife and says, Mom, I'm skating better. I'm starting to skate. She's cracking up because he can't skate. He's been on the skates for one day. But, that lack of fear, and I think that's a huge message for all of us, as we're trying to live the run, as we're trying to maximize our potential. A lot of that is breaking down those walls, breaking down those barriers, breaking down those fears. A guy that does that super, super well is joining us right now. He joins us every week, Ryan Joyner of Athlon Elite. Ryan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks a lot. Good to talk to you.
Hey, talk about some of that fear stuff. I know a lot of people are intimidated by the gym. There's no question. They're even intimidated by some of the exercises you wanted to talk about today. Talk about those 3 exercises you wanted to mention and why they can be so critical and why they don't need to be feared.
Yes. Well, anybody that's listened to the show much and knows me knows that I talk about strength all the time. Strength is the foundation of all other physical skills. All other physical skills ultimately are built on a foundation of strength. And oftentimes people will talk about, in a rehabilitation issue or a chiropractic issue, a lot of times, you've got a strength imbalance. Again, everything is based on good quality strength. And there's no better way to build strength. And from a physiological standpoint, isolating muscles doesn't work. The brain thinks in terms of multiple joints, multiple muscles, moving the body as one complete whole. So the basic 3 strength lifts are your classic, what they call powerlifting, and that's your squat, the deadlift, and the bench press. And it's really funny. You can see all of those in action when you look at a toddler. When you look at a 1 or a 2-year-old walking around, they bend over to pick up a ball. They do a perfect technique deadlift, and they squat down to pick up something off the floor. They do a perfect body weight squat. And of course, the idea as we get older is building functional strength that is greater than some of the strength that we would need just to sit in a chair or to just get through daily life. And again, there's no better way to do that than through the 3 basic lifts, the squat, the bench, and the deadlift. And the bench press is where you're laying down and you're pressing off of you. And arguably, it's not the most functional exercise in the world, but it sure is a pretty good indicator of upper body strength.
Yeah, no question. And would you say this is true? It seems to be true to me for the people that I see that come through my clinic, is that females tend to be more fearful of the upper body lifts. Yes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And again, they're always fearful of bulking up. That's the biggest one I hear. I say, I don't want to bulk up. I'm afraid of bulking up. But generally, females aren't going to bulk up. They don't have the testosterone. They don't have the physiology that's going to allow them to bulk like a man is. And again, a lot of that bulking up sometimes is just actual muscle imbalance. They get on a machine and they train one muscle group more than they train another, and all of a sudden it gives them this imbalanced look that they have the illusion of bulk. But it's not. And again, when you do the functional basic lifts, rarely are you going to create bulk. And you can go to my website, my blog. We have a couple of articles on girls lifting heavy, and there's actually some videos of little bitty tiny cute girls picking up a 135-pound deadlift or doing a 185-pound back squat, a junior in high school, junior soccer player, and she's a tiny little thing. Again, strength does not necessarily equate to bulk. And what we really push is strength. It's all about strength. And so this weekend out here at Athlon, we have a champion power lifter. Actually, he's the current Australian champion. He's from Australia. He's a friend of mine, and he's coming in town. He's agreed to do a half-day seminar on the 3 basic lifts, and there's no better way to learn it and get confidence with the lifts than to hear this guy teach, because he will not only teach about the strength and technique and programming, but he's also going to talk about the neurological side, little shortcut drills that you can do to improve strength even faster.
Hey, that is good stuff. I was just going to mention, Ryan, one of the things, we create fear with doing these lifts. People get scared of them. A lot of it is because they need a coach. Come out, give us those times again. You said Saturday this week?
Yeah, so this Saturday, Nathan Baxter will be teaching a powerlifting, a good strength seminar. And I hate to say it's only on those 3 lifts because he'll talk about strength in general. But it's this Saturday, 9:30 to 1:30. So it's a 4-hour seminar on those lifts, how to program them, how to do them, hands-on training from one of the best in the world. Nathan's got a current bench press record of 705 pounds, which is ridiculous. And yeah, isn't that just ridiculous? And but the guy knows it well, and he's the nicest, funnest, coolest Australian dude you'll ever hang out with. So I would highly recommend anybody that has any interest in learning how to lift, come out to Athlon this weekend. There is a cost. You can get all the details at the Facebook, Athlon's Facebook, which is facebook.com/Athlon Elite. That will give you the flyer, the details, and everything else, and you can give us a call off of that.
Yeah, and then follow up with you guys after to practice those, because you're not going to learn everything just on that Saturday. You're going to take repetition to get better at it, and they're going to need to use you guys, Ryan, over there at athlonelite.com. You can find you guys at athleteelite.com, but Athlon Elite to be able to get those repetitions, to do them right, and to become proficient at those lifts. Thanks as always, Ryan. Good stuff. Look forward to that seminar on Saturday.
That sounds great. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. Hey, he hits a couple points that he made me think, guy bench pressing 700 pounds. And certainly that isn't what we've been talking about here on Living the Run from a standpoint of, oftentimes we're talking more from the longevity side of things, not necessarily enhancing our performance, but it's pretty amazing what that guy's doing. I thought what was amazing is that I heard about an NFL athlete this year, offensive lineman. Now, offensive lineman, generally 300 pounds, coming in the NFL. He goes to the combine, and the guy bench presses 225 pounds, which is what they're supposed to lift. How many times can you do it? And they want to see. The guy bench presses it 2 times. And you got to start to wonder, not only how weak is this guy physically, how's he going to deal, but how much effort is that? It's just a total lackluster effort. It's almost unimaginable. But I want to caution the listeners here. When you start to talk about deadlift, squat, and the bench press, we often think of injuries. We think of back injuries, we think of knee injuries, we think of shoulder injuries. And one of the things that we want to really, really make sure is that you get a coach if you're going to do these activities. Ryan is right on. These are great activities. These are good movements. They're dynamic movements. They're multiple joint movements. But if you don't have a coach and you do these things incorrectly, you're going to run into a problem down the road. The other thing is this. I'll caution you on the bench press. In a sedentary society, in which are what we would call, and we had Dr. Mike Hall on not long ago, he said your flexion muscles, those ones that pull your shoulders forward, dominate. When we sit, our flexion muscles pull us forward. We want to be very, very careful about not doing too many exercises that pull us forward more. So this is kind of a stressful deal because a lot of the push motions, bench press, etc., will pull us forward more. Again, more reason to get a coach who assesses you that says, hey, we need to do a few exercises first to get you neutral before going in and starting to do these heavy bench presses. Big mistake, Max. It's pretty classic.
Especially with things like, squats where your back is taking a lot of the brunt work. Technique is everything, and it's so easy to tweak that back if you don't do it right or know how to do it right.
No question. It's so interesting to me, too, how we have no problem getting a golf coach for our golf swing, no problem getting a tennis coach. We got Waz before the show. He's got this great basketball league going where it's really just specific coaching. These guys are getting a lot of one-on-one stuff. We have no problem doing that, but then all of a sudden we go and lift weights and we think that we're somehow an expert. It's incredible, and it's dangerous stuff. Hey, next week, don't forget, we got Marathon Goddess on the show. 52 marathons in 52 weeks. She wraps that up, raising money for pancreatic cancer. Great show. Samantha Pruitt, thanks so much. Eric Fiallo of Left Lane Sports. Slow Marathon, April 5th through 7th. Stay tuned for the CJ Silas Show. Richard Jefferson coming on from the NBA. As we say always, live healthy, live bold, come, live, run.